Distinguished participants, fellow professionals, dear viewers, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to Cargo Talks by Turkish Cargo, a webinar that gathers professionals from all over the world to focus on the present and the future of this fast-growing industry that once again proved itself indispensable throughout the turbulent 2020. As we all know, last year was one of a kind. The COVID-19 pandemic changed the world, changed our lives, and the way we do our business drastically. Never before in recent history has there been a global crisis that disrupted established methods in business, transportation, and daily life generally so severely. One of the hardest hit industries, the airline business, has ground a complete halt with the border closure to contain the pandemic. Airlines had to resort to extreme measures, such as laying off thousands of employees, only to stay afloat. In short, it was a time of hard decisions, often without the benefit of foresight, as a unique health crisis was unfolding. Now, you may wonder, how did Turkish Airlines, flying to more countries than any other airline, with 127 countries and over 320 international destinations, cope with this crisis? The Turkish Airlines family takes pride in being a fast learner in times like this. Thanks to our experience and agility in the face of the unexpected, we quickly crafted an emergency plan to keep and protect our most valuable asset, our staff. While there has been enormous cost cutting, we have kept the Turkish Airlines family as a whole and united. Contrary to the industry, there have been no layoffs in Turkish Airlines. Our 60,000 employees remain as well motivated and dedicated as ever, knowing that nobody will be left behind, no matter the circumstances. Naturally, there was a period of learning and adapting. At the beginning of stages of the pandemic, we completed the transition to remote and part-time working our employees. Then, with the gradual opening of the skies, we made further improvements to ensure the health and well-being of our passengers, whom we like to call our guests. In this regard, we have done everything humanly possible to safeguard our guests. Our TK Extra Care approach is realized by implementing extra hygiene measures, both on the ground and in the air. High technology is employed to make the travel experience more streamlined at all our customer contact points. Thanks to our extensive efforts, we received a very precious accolade, probably the most important one given the circumstances: the Diamond Health Safety level in the Apex Health Safety. This certificate by a respected aviation body proves that Turkish Airlines is among the few airlines in the world that goes beyond governmental requirements in hygiene standards and presents its passengers with hospital-grade cleanliness during their time with us. In the early months of the pandemic, Turkish Airlines has carried out a truly patriotic duty, carrying Turkish citizens stranded all over the world as a result of the pandemic. As the countries of the world closed their borders to slow the spread of the contagion, tens of thousands of Turkish nationals, students, business people, and tourists were left helpless without means to return home. With the leadership of Turkish presidency, in close coordination with related ministries, as well as the authorities of respective countries, we have managed to repatriate over 140,000 Turkish citizens from 59 countries with over 1,000 special evacuation flights. The dedication and will displayed by our flight crews that took part in these flights are beyond words. Thanks to their efforts, once again, we illustrated the high spirit of Turkish Airlines family even under the most extraordinary circumstances. This dedication and determination of the Turkish Airlines family resulted in our considerable success at the end of the 2020. We closed the year as the busiest network carrier in Europe in terms of flight numbers. We were also among the top 5 in the world. Dear participants, our success as the flag carrier airline is strengthened by outstanding performance of Turkish Cargo in the last couple of years. Especially during the pandemic, Turkish Cargo outperformed their competitors and displayed true grit. In the initial stages of the pandemic, when almost all air traffic came to a standstill, Turkish Cargo continued to operate without any interruptions and transported aid, medicine, masks, and the medical equipments. As you are well aware, in cargo operations proved to be vital in the fight against the pandemic, as life-saving equipment that is high in demand has to be carried as fast as possible across the world. The spread of the pandemic affected each and every country severally, and the need for the fast and secure transportation of medical supplies became more pressing than ever. In 2020, Turkish Cargo was among the top 3 air cargo companies in terms of the medicine and medical supplies air cargo volume. In this regard, we have pioneered the utilization of grounded passenger aircraft for cargo use, turning the crisis into an opportunity. In this way, Turkish Cargo's 25 dedicated cargo aircrafts were supplemented by some 50 passenger aircrafts picked out of our fleet of over 360 aircrafts for their capacity and efficiency. As the aircrafts put into good use in a cargo role, our cargo capacity increased significantly. During the height of the severe pandemic conditions, Turkish Cargo turned into one of the top 5 air cargo companies in the world before finishing the year 2020 as the 6th largest air cargo company, up 2 spots from 2019's 8th ranking. Turkish Cargo's global market share is 5% of the total 1.5 million tons of air cargo shipments. To put it differently, 1 out of every 20 air cargo shipments is carried by us. Thanks to our performance, we are rewarded as the Europe's best air cargo brand at the Air Cargo News Award 2020. And the most recently, we have been named the overall cargo carrier of the year at Payload Asia Awards 2020. It gives me great pride to say that Turkish Cargo displayed the necessary dedication and innovativeness under such difficult and unusual conditions and come to the fore as an exceptional and aspirant air cargo company. Emboldened by this success, we aim even higher with Turkish Cargo. Soon, Turkish Cargo will become a full-fledged subsidiary company rather than a sub-brand, and will have its own giant terminal at the Istanbul airport, the great mega hub of Turkish Airlines, scheduled to be inaugurated in the spring of this year. This state-of-art facility is named Smartest. Once all of its phases are completed, Smartest will be the largest industrial building with a closed area of 340,000 square meters and will be able to handle 4 million tons of cargo per year. This modern facility will also underscore Istanbul's continent-spanning location, providing the perfect gateway for commerce between East and West. Dear valuable fellows, the resounding success of Turkish Cargo in the worst year in aviation history underlines a single notion: the importance of serving as a global bridge in the international supply chain. A notable example in this regard is that Turkish Cargo airlifted vaccines from China in specialized containers and delivered them to Brazil by ensuring the secure transportation of the vaccines to 17,000 kilometers away. Thanks to air cargo companies such as Turkish Cargo, tens of millions of doses of vaccines continue to reach people all around the world. In this gradual endeavor to turn the tide against the pandemic, we are well aware that a ceaselessly functioning air cargo industry is crucial and integral in delivering the vaccine. Furthermore, Turkish Cargo has become the first air cargo carrier to receive all 3 certifications for carrying pharmaceuticals, fresh goods, and live animals from the International Air Travel Association. Offering service to 120 countries and more than 320 destinations around the world, Turkish Cargo will be ready for an even bigger role in the post-pandemic world. The target is to reach the global top 3 while aiming to carry 1 out of every 10 air cargo shipments. I strongly believe that Cargo Talks by Turkish Cargo will be a fruitful platform to exchange ideas on how to navigate during these uncertain times. I hope the discussions here will provide us with novel ways of cooperation for a brighter future in our industry in this new era of aviation. Extending my gratitude to everyone involved in the organization of Cargo Talks, I bid you all a fruitful and enlightening life event. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Good luck.